Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Manchester United have just drew 0-0 with Leeds United in the first official game of pre-season. Felt like it was a very mixed performance. I felt the second half was better. What was your assessment of it, Sam? We'll get into the specifics and individuals, of course.
Yeah, could tell it was a pre-season game, couldn't you? It was lacking a bit of energy and lacking a bit of edge. I mean, there was some crunching tackles that went in, so that was quite nice. But
Leeds United, isn't it? So
yeah, in terms of quality and finishing, crisp passing, like just wasn't there. It seemed like Leeds tired right towards the end, and then a load of our chances seemed to come towards the end. But yeah, it's what you expect first pre-season game to look like. In all honesty, like I was expecting that, and that's what we got.
Yeah, if there was any excitement at all to watch United back in action, I think that might have killed it slightly. Again, you don't want to be too critical, do you? Because you understand that everyone needs to get minutes in the legs, and the rhythm and consistency is definitely not going to be there especially after the season you've just had. A couple of weeks off and you're back, so it'll get a bit of time to get going. But I still think you can make kind of fair assessments in what you see in terms of who was good and who was bad. So if we go throughout the team, the first half, the goalkeepers, let's just compare them as a starter. Bayindir and Tom Heaton, who performed better for you?
I mean, Bayindir didn't really have anything to do, did he?
Like, he don't fill me with confidence, though. You don't watch
but
him.
he didn't have anything major to deal with, so I can't really criticise him because he didn't really do anything. Tom Heaton made a really excellent save from
he's getting paid quite well, so
Ranazani, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
made a really good save from that. Covered himself quite well, but apart from that, didn't even really have much to do. Like both goalies didn't have much to do, apart from the Melier towards the end when United got a bunch of chances. That was the only sort of time he had to do anything. But yeah, I thought Heaton pulled off a good save, but apart from that, it was negligible, I'd say.
I just felt like the first half in general, when you compare it to the team in the second half, felt very slow, very like some of them were off the pace. Because we saw a lot of stuff, didn't we, going into preseason about them being a lot leaner and sharper and all this kind of stuff. And you're like, well, I don't know. I saw that. Of course, Diego Leon made his debut, Sam. For Man United officially. All the talk of him saying he's going to kill it in pre-season and all this kind of stuff. What did you make of his game for the first 45?
It was good. Aggressive. Made himself known. Got into some tackles. Was very good going forward, I thought. Did some like excellent sort of runs forward. Made a couple of passes and stuff like that. Still very raw. Still very sort of like there's a lot to sort of learn and sort of deal with. But I like the aggression. Dude looks like a fucking monster, by the way. Have you seen him?
He's a tank.
Like, when the camera got on there, I went, Jesus Christ. Like, he's 17.
South American, mate.
Fucking monster of a man. So, yeah, like, he looks like there's definitely something you could work with there. There's definitely some stuff there. So, but, yeah, he's still very early in his United career and stuff. But there was a couple of moments that I liked. I don't think he put a foot wrong. I don't think he did anything particularly stupid. So, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was a little bit of a surprise, to be fair. Obviously, we saw all the quotes from him coming out that he was confident in his own ability. But I don't know. I quite like. We'll get on to Dorgu in the second half. But I think Ineos's recruitment in those areas, in terms of raw talent and what we need from that position in particular, I think both of them kind of offer that. And both of them, again, they have the flaws and they're going to improve. But it's nice to see someone who's actually tailor-made for that role rather than shoehorning someone in, because we've gone so long with Amrabat, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, fucking whoever else that we can chuck there. It's really nice to see someone who's actually energetic, will bomb up and down. There's a couple of times, I think, where he maybe got caught out of possession a little bit and defensive there, and I think that's for both of them, both Dorgu and Diego Leon. That's something that they can improve on. But yeah, I thought he got stuck right into the action. Definitely physically ready for it, as you touched on as well. So yeah, I thought it was all right.
Sorry to sort of like pull it away, but obviously Harry Amas is going on loan. Apparently that's why he wasn't with the squad, and you can see why when you see the physicality difference between him and Diego Leon. Like, there's such a massive difference there. While Harry Amas might have more experience and has played a lot more in the league, he's quite a slight kid at 17, 18, so maybe needs time to develop and stuff, whereas Diego Leon looks like an absolute unit of a person, so you can see the sort of difference there.
One thing I also picked up on as well, and we'll go back to individual assessments in a minute, but off the ball, it felt like there was more movement.
Yes.
So when you watched us last season, we was very just kind of meh. Do you know what I mean? Just stuck
No one
in our
would make
ways.
a run, would there? No
yeah,
one would make a run.
there was no dragging. Like third man runs are so important, especially when you're in like the final phase. Cucurella does it a lot.
Yeah.
With Chelsea, he's kind of just a floating player who'll find that space, and I feel like in this system, in Anamarin's system, you can find that quite a bit, and you have to make space for others. There's got to be clashes like we saw with Cheeto and Cunha, where he had a shot there with his left foot, probably should have left it. So, and that's all about teamwork and communicating and getting that rhythm and playing plenty of minutes together. But there was patches where I'm like, okay, I can see what they're trying to do there. They look quite good. They look quite well.
Also,
as a team.
Cheeto's 17.
Yes.
Like he's inexperienced. Like he had his first actual full game senior game last year. So he's inexperienced and stuff like that. Obviously, if he was a couple of years older, he'd know. Cunha's coming on to his favoured right foot. He's having his body position is not right. He leaves it for that time, and then maybe it goes in the back of that. But because he's 17, he wants to impress. He's like, I'm going to try and score. Yeah. And that's what it did. You saw a couple of miscommunications as well with Shaw, got quite a bollocking from Cunha as well, for not playing the pass at the right time, not fizzing it in properly. He had to go at Rasmus as well. Yeah. So, yeah, Cunha was like looking at it like he wanted certain things to happen and certain things to be quicker and things like that, which you'd expect from that sort of player.
For me going into this, there was a huge focus on the wing-backs. I wanted to see how they would kind of operate and how they would do. And a lot of the times United, again, to revert to last season, it was more of a back five, wasn't it? It just felt like we was constantly sat deep. We couldn't quite push up. Whereas I would say in the second half, in particular with Dalot and Dorgu, they was really pushing on and created chances. And you saw even Dorgu, like I said with Cucurella before, where did he arrive? Edge of the box when and cut back, and obviously the shot got blocked and stuff. So it's nice to see that. Midfield wise, Collier, Casemiro didn't. I mean, Casemiro had a couple of nice passes, but didn't really stand out, did they? No. If you know what I mean.
No, there was nothing in the midfield where I was like, that. I think that's our biggest issue. I think midfield is a big sort of hole that we need to sort of fix. Like it's like, oh, we're building this brand new house, but right outside there's a massive pothole. It's like, well, are we going to fill that? Are we going to do something about it? That what we're doing? Like it needs to be addressed. It definitely needs to be sorted. But on Dorgu, just to go back to him. He, like you said, with the runs, there was he made loads of runs into the box. He covered with a penalty, and when he did it, he got straight back up and got shot off. Made Melia make a save. So yeah, Dorgu looked really bright, and I thought like loads of people were slagging him off last season. I didn't get it. Like I really didn't get it. From what I saw, there was impressive stuff from him last season. People were just slating him, which I didn't get, but I liked what I saw today from him. But yeah, the midfield it looked dead. Just didn't look like there was anything there. Like we were getting past anytime we lost the ball there. The turnover was just so quick, and they were straight at our defense. So yeah, that needs to be addressed. Hopefully, with Rashford going to Barca, I've just seen David Ornstein saying 100% of his wages being covered, which is fantastic news. So that maybe leaves us a bit of money to maneuver. Go out, maybe we can sell Sancho, Anthony, or someone like that. Go out and get midfielder because I think that's going to be key. Anton Stash is going to Leeds today. Like that deal's been done, which I think we could 17.6 million. We could have done that easily. Steelers out there as well. So yeah, I think that needs to get done.
I think again, goal scoring is another thing. When you have a score line that finishes at 0-0, you kind of sat there saying, well, we're still not converting chances. So that is something else that they need to look at. Whether it is Watkins, I don't know who it's going to be, but they need to bring in number 9. And Bumo's going to help with that significantly. You would expect him to play a part in the next game when we go to the US. I think he's doing his medical over this weekend, isn't he? So he should be able to think it. So you had another threat in there. That's quite interesting. That you could see the pieces kind of adding up. The biggest takeaway from the second half for me when we went into that was I felt like it was a lot more. I felt like the pressure was off, but because we had Yoro, Maguire, and who was the other one? Aiden Heaven was it at the back? Yeah. That felt a lot better to me, and I think that speaks kind of volumes of Lenny Yoro as well, because Lenny Yoro is a player, by the way. Like
his passing is
incredible,
ridiculous, really good, really crisp. Always to the player, always makes it to the player. Never feels like he's under pressure or any sort of like rushing anything. Yeah, Lenny Yoro's the man. Like he's the guy.
He is.
Like he needs to be the first centre back on the team sheet. I think
100%. 100%. Well, I don't care whether that's left-sided centre-half or right-sided centre-half. Lenny Yoro has to be in that back line. I also think, and I've stood by this, I think Maguire is better in that central centre-back role than De Ligt is at the moment. Now, De Ligt may grow into that role and get better. I know people disagree with me on that. Maguire, with those switches of play as well, it just breaks up, like... He can kind of drive it into the wing back, and it just opens up more kind of areas for us to navigate. And then Heaven as well. I think Heaven's really promising. Had a good opportunity, didn't he? Where Kobe Mainu hit the bar, I think, from a header, and then maybe could have converted that if it, a bit more experience. So
his physicality as well. I thought his physicality aided Heaven. Like, he shut down Dan James when he tried to get round him. There was a couple of other moments where he'd use his size and his physicality, which is something again that we don't have in this team. And at 18 years old, he's already aware of it. He's already using it. That's a good sign. And I still can't believe £1 million, and the guy looks like he's almost there, and he's almost like the finished article. It's insane how good he is already.
Yeah. And to think as well, Laurie did an interview, didn't he, with the Athletic. And think his mum was trying to say he's a midfielder, and he's more of he was a winger at one point. To see him at centre back now, you think he's got the perfect mould and fit for it. And also as well, he has the perfect people almost to learn from. He's got Yoro alongside him, who's a very similar age, but obviously playing at a higher level at the moment. And then you've got Harry Maguire, who's been at United for years, who's seen it all, done everything almost.
Played for England.
So he's got the right amount of balance and experience there. And I think also playing in the back three helps you as well, because you've got more of a support system, especially when the wing backs drop back as well. So that three for me is what I would go with right now. Obviously, you've still got Lisandro Martinez to come back into the fold.
Yep.
And a few other players, and we could discuss that. For me, it's where the midfield's up for grabs, because I thought Kobe Mainu looked quite sharp as well. We know he's been on this kind of conditioning program, getting himself a little bit leaner, a bit fitter. So I don't know what do we do with that midfield? Who plays there? Do you think? Because it's not like anyone grabbed an opportunity, was there? Do you know what I mean?
It's a big question mark, and I think that's what, like I said earlier, we need to spend the money. But I saw reports from, I think it was Laurie Whitwell and I think Matt Critchley, saying the two people who've impressed Amarin in the training the most, they've been Yoro and Mainu. They've been the guys that stood out in training. So it'd be interesting to see where sort of Mainu plays this season, because does he fit in one of those 10s? Probably not. That's going to be in Mbeumo and Cunha. Is he a 6? Probably not. So you'd imagine that 8 is going to be the position where he's played the most. And it's just what sort of combination do you look at there? Do you look at Mainu and Bruno? Do you look at Mainu and Ugarte, Mainu and Cass? There's a lot of sort of stuff that you could look at there. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Amarin does with him. I think it's important we find a role for him, and I think it's important that he is in the team, because I think he's such a quality player and he's so good on the ball that we need to utilise it. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see where he ends up. But Ugarte didn't offer much to me. Bruno looked knackered, which is understandable. The guy has played how many games? 70 odd games.
Can we not just give him an extra week off?
Yeah, can we? Just give him some time. The guy time off. Jesus Christ. Casemiro, like I said, made a couple of passes. It's fine. Mason Mount looked all right. When he came on,
looked sharp. Him and Doggo on the left hand side looked sharp.
Looked all right. But yeah, I think we need to go out and buy midfielder. I'd say we need to buy 2, but that's not going to happen. But we need a midfielder for sure.
I think Ahmad was a little bit sleepy as well.
He did look up to the races yet, didn't he?
He needs to build his sharpness up, definitely.
Shaw was poor. I thought Shaw was really poor. He looked completely off pace. Didn't look fit. Didn't look sharp at all.
Injuries.
I hope that improves with games and he gets back up to speed. But if not, that's a worrying sign, because he didn't look up to it at all.
It'll be a bit part player, won't it? You'd imagine experience just to come in sometimes when we need him. I don't want him. I said it to Shreyas even before the game kicked off. I don't want him starting full games. No, because I don't see it anymore. I think the levels have dropped off with him.
Starting cup games, that's fine, but I don't want to see him start in the Premier League. Don't want to see.
Why stunt the growth of players like Heaven and Yoro when it seems like they're ready made to go, aren't they? Both of them. In fairness, we've not even spoke about Cunha earlier, have we? I know there's been bits and bobs, but Cunha, I mean, Amarin's just been speaking about in there. He said that I think Mateus Cunha showed what we need, be really aggressive between the lines of the opponent. You alluded to the things in the game as well before about him kind of demanding from whether it's a striker or a wing back to play it in a certain area. Seems like him and Bruno Fernandes are definitely going to get along anyway. Obviously, both speak the same kind of native tongue. yeah, if what you want from him, he seemed like what he does at Wolves, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah, aggressive, wants the ball constantly. I love that he's this. We've not got that sort of player. The player who makes a pass, links it, and then makes the run, to get the pace going. We don't have that player normally. When people receive a pass, they get the pass, and they stop, and then look around, and then look for the pass. He's give and go, which is something that I really like. And he made a couple of good runs. There's a couple of snapshots and stuff like that. But yeah, I liked what I saw so far in the small sample size that we've got.
Yeah, agreed. Right, what we all saying, everyone? Let me read out some comments. James McGrogan, I do wonder what people expected, though, to be honest. Saw a few glimpses of Cunha and how direct he can be. Binder put the ball straight out of play once or twice. Yep, I also remember that. He's not great on the ball, is he, Binder? No. I don't think any of our goalkeepers are. Weirdly enough.
Oh, no, they're supposed to be.
He's supposed to be good.
He's supposed to be, but...
How many games have we watched with him where we've gone, he just keeps kicking it out of play or just not reaching his man? Can we sell Højlund to WWE and still get a transfer fee? That was from Shreyas. Okay. I hope we find some fluency between the attack and the midfield. Casemiro didn't seem any more mobile than he did last season to me. What do you make of that, Sam?
I mean, I've been saying it for a while. If you're going to have Casemiro in that midfield, you need somebody to do the running for him. You need somebody to sort of be the physical. And Bruno isn't that guy. He'll work hard and stuff, but he's not as physical as you need someone to be. Ugarte is physical, but he's not quick and he's not got the passing ability. So I think unless you get somebody next to him, he's going to be a liability, I think. I just think that's how it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Should we say, I agree 100, Nick, on Maguire is my first choice centre-back. Treyas, we need to sort out a way to get that midfield working. If not, we have a serious problem. Could we see Sekou Kone getting a chance? Apparently, we're keeping him. Yeah, there was talks about that before the game, Sam, instead of him going out on loan to Lausanne. I think Amarin's been impressed with him, watching him. So, someone who could come into the fold. But again, it's he's someone who's going to need to develop. He's not played a game in the Premier League yet. So, I don't know. We keep speaking about this, and I feel like we're going to keep speaking about this even when the transfer window shuts. The midfield needs sorting. It really, really does. I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know how they're going to pivot because they're saying they need sales now just to bring in a striker. So, I don't know. You mentioned Anton Stack going to Leeds for 17 mil. Richard Rios. Is it Richard Rios from Brazil?
Yeah, going to Roma.
Going to Roma for 30 million. Can we not take a look at any of these players?
Yeah, we could hijack that Leeds deal, 20 million. And you hijack that deal. That's easy.
Or is that wishful thinking? I don't know.
Stieler as well, at Frankfurt. You can go get him. He's available for 30 million, release clause. You can go do that deal. There's players out there, man. It's not like there isn't options for midfield. You can go and get somebody. But here we go get. I don't know.
Maybe Kobe Mainoo will grow into that role. Maybe that's what they're banking on. I'm not sure. Just a couple of stats here for you. So Patrick Dorgu's game by numbers against Leeds. 100% aerial duels won. 100% tackles won. 85% pass accuracy. 3 ball recoveries. 3 touches in the box. 3 shots. 2 crosses. He was the one, if I'm going to pick out, I'm not going to do a man of the match because it's pre-season. So it's kind of I think if there's one who I was a little bit excited about when he got on the ball, it was Dorgu for me. Yeah. I thought Dorgu looked really... And Dorgu and Yoro, which, weirdly enough, Sam, they were the 2 better players in the final as well, if you remember I was talking about it against Spurs.
And
them 2, promising, right?
They are 2 Ineos signings as well.
Correct.
They're 2 players that Ineos have bought, and they've come in and they've hit the ground running and they've looked really, really good since they've come into the club. So, yeah, I think Dorgu looks bright. He's definitely... I can't wait to see, now he's got half a season under his belt, what he can do now this season. Because that left wing back looks like it's going to be his.
Yeah,
unless Diego Leon goes on a madness and takes it off him, but that looks like it's going to be his position this season.
Yeah, and also we haven't seen him with Cunha yet. We only saw him pair with Mount, and I think I'm on about. Can you hear me? No,
my headphones have died. But you keep talking.
Okay, no worries. So the left sided, I think obviously it's Dorgu will be in that prime position. Diego Leon has been brought in for some form of competition. Dorgu for me is, again, a prototype of exactly what you want from that wing-back position. And we saw him with Mount. I thought his relationship with Mason Mount looked really, really good. The way they combined together, the way Mount was dropping into certain spaces, Dorgu would overlap and drive in behind. But then, I want to see Dorgu with Cunha, because I think Cunha, that relationship could work really, really well as well. And Bruno, Cunha, partnerships need to develop, partnerships need to blossom.
Sure.
And I think that it all goes down to work in pre-season, doesn't it? And how many games we play.
say if you got Dorgu on the left and maybe you're playing Yoro as the left centre back, that relationship as well, like that's going to be key as well. So yeah, there's a lot of partnerships that need to form because this team is pretty like this because there's so many players, and then obviously a lot of players have left. Like Garnacho's going to go, Rashford look like he's on his way out.
Yeah,
it's almost like a new team. Like it's almost like a newly structured team. Like Mbumo coming in, Cunha coming in, Dorgu's new, Leon's new, Yoro's fairly new. It's a fairly new team, so it's going to take time for them to sort of gel together and get the partnerships going.
But you can see why they brought in those players. Everyone, Heaven, Yoro, Leon, all modernised players who suit the system. Just some numbers on Aiden Heaven's game as well. 100% long pass accuracy, 100% tackles won, 91% pass accuracy, 75 ground duels won, 38 total touches, 6 passes into the final third, got dribbled past 0 times, and obviously 0 goals conceded as well as a whole unit. Although I would probably thank Tom Heaton more for that. Listen, I don't want to overanalyze it. It's the first preseason game, so we'll talk about for the next kind of 10 minutes, Sam, this Marcus Rashford news, because that broke, obviously, whilst we were live.
I was going to say, perfect timing while you were live doing the pre-show. I knew that would happen.
Always. I was chatting, and Shreyas was halfway through a point, a really good point as well.
Yeah.
And it popped up, he went, David Ornstein, Marcus Rashford to Barcelona. I thought, what the fuck? I was like that staring, and he went, you all right? And I went, yeah, Rashford's going to Barcelona. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, on loan. It's not like thinking, but just talk to us about that initial news from Ornstein, and then we'll talk about the specifics with wage being covered and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was the move he wanted. Obviously, they went for Nico Williams, and he ended up re-signing with Athletic Club. Went for Luis Diaz, and Liverpool basically said not a chance. So it seemed like the door opened for Marcus Rashford, really. It seemed like it was there to be done. Now, it does annoy me the fact that they're getting a loan deal when they were prepared to pay 50 million euros for Nico Williams. That pisses me off. Exactly. Because it's like, well, why is he on a loan? Why are you not paying for him? Like, we need the cash. But David Ornstein's tweeted that he's getting 100% of wages are covered, but he is taking a wage cut. Like, he is taking the sort of thing. So that's why they're able to cover 100% of wages. I think it's 35 million euro buyout. If they want to sign him, but yeah,
is that because they're paying that chunk of wages?
I think so. I think so.
So if we actually do end up buying him, we've already paid 10 million.
Yeah. I think so. But yeah, I'm glad for him. I'm glad he's got his move. I'm glad he gets to go where he wants to go. I hope he smashes it so they buy him. We can sort of like think it's just annoying that it's on loan deal. So that question mark's just going to be over United for the season now, isn't it? So, but. Yeah, it could be worse. He could be still here at the end of the transfer window. That it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, so we had a further update just as the game finished from Ornstein saying Barcelona set to pay whole of Marcus Rashford's salary as part of proposed transfer from United. Impending loan plus option to buy includes 100% wage covered by Barcelona as all parties work to finalise a deal. I'm not sure his specific wage, with us being out of Europe, is that about 250 now? Rashford's wage?
I imagine so, yeah. I think apparently he's going to get 10 million euro a year. He's gone down to. That's what he's gone down to.
Oh, so he took a cut as well?
Yeah, he's took a cut. That's why they're able to cover the wages, apparently, because they took a wage cut.
So you'd imagine probably down 200, 150, somewhere between that.
There.
So either way, you're saving around 10 million a year, which is, it's good, don't get me wrong, like I would rather have that than nothing. But when I initially saw the news breaking from Ornstein, I was kind of like, oh, we sold him. I thought, okay, 40 million,
yeah.
Barcelona have bought him. So now I'm just a bit like, it's good. That's one less player to worry about, I suppose. I'm not sure what effects that's going to have on incomings, though, how much significance that plays in that kind of part. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not a PSR expert. Like, I understand a little bit of it, but I'm not sure what the impact of having a person who is on 250k a week who's we're no longer paying for that. I don't know what the significance would be. So it's not. I guess we'll find out. I guess somebody smarter than us will explain it. I'm sure.
Akira Maguire or Mark Critchley.
One of you explain it to us, please.
One of the two, please do go for it. But listen, I wish him all the best. When I sent it initially to a group chat with my mates, he was like, "Oh, I hope he flops at Barcelona." And I'm like, I don't. I hope he does well because if we sell him,
don't help us if he flops.
Yeah,
he's
happy. He's over in Spain, living at his dream club that he's been. I mean, I've never seen anyone be as open about wanting to join Barcelona as Marcus Rashford has been over the past couple of weeks.
He might as well have been outside the new camp that they're building with a sign, hadn't he? Just being like, please sign me. Like, please sign me. Like,
so I wish him the best. I hope he does well there, and if he does, then we get a sale and we can really move on from this whole drama and saga, because it's been longed out way too much. Now we've got Sancho, who seems close to Juventus. Garnacho, Chelsea and Villa seem interested.
Yeah.
And then Antony, I don't know. It feels very quiet on that front at the moment, doesn't it?
It just seems like we're waiting for Betis to get the money to get him, or for them to try and get a loan deal or something, which we can't be accepting. He was on loan last year. Like, he can't be. And we found out as well, an obligation to buy doesn't mean shit, apparently. Yeah. Because people could just pay to not take someone. So an obligation to buy just doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, agreed. Listen, we shall leave it at that. Of course, if anything else breaks, there's a lot of eyeballs on Mbeumo at the moment. I think a medical ongoing over the weekend, so we'll have plenty of coverage on that.
He was at Old Trafford today, I think. He was at Old Trafford today. Laurie Whitlow said.
Interviews, clips, all that kind of stuff. They'll all be on our Instagram, bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Drop us a follow over on there. In terms of subscribers at the minute, we are on, let me just double check, 19,572. That's what we're on at the minute, yeah.
Interesting.
So not far off 20,000 at all. That other 10,000 we've done, I'd probably say within 6 months, 6 or 7 months we've done it, which is craziness, considering it took us 2-3 years to do the first 10k. Which shows growth, which shows that the channel is growing in itself, and that continues to grow because of you guys. So really, really appreciate you all. If you can leave a like on the video for us, that'd be great. Subscribe, keep an eye on socials, and if anything breaks, me and Sam will go live a little bit later on. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss it, because we are in the transfer window, and you never know what can quite happen. Okay? See you in a bit.